and now police officers will hold them accountable. This weekend, police visited 43 different locations. They were looking for violent crime and safety issues, code violations, selling alcohol without a license, and restaurants that were illegally operating as nightclubs. This is all part of a much larger crackdown. CBS 46's Haley Mason is live in Atlanta for us tonight. Haley.
Rick, there is a new city ordinance that's about to be on the books that will crack down on violent clubs that are like a nuisance. I talked to one resident who says he's tired of a local club that's been violating city ordinance. He says it's turned violent, so much so that one party goer pulled a gun on his neighbor because she wouldn't let him park in her lawn to go party.
And they've continued to pour liquor. They've continued to play music.
Daryl Graham recorded this video outside of the Dome in the City Club, just a few blocks from his house.
This was recorded at 3:19 a.m. on Saturday morning.
He says it's part of Atlanta's nightlife that's been staying open well past 3 a.m., the shutdown time.
This particular nightclub has violated the city ordinance as it relates to noise. They violated the city ordinance as it relates to staying open beyond 3 a.m.
Graham tells us it's a problem for him and his neighbors in the Vine City Civic Association.
We've reached out to the owners via their website, their office address, their phone numbers. We have not heard back from them.
According to Atlanta City Code, a commercial business cannot emit noises that can be heard more than 300 feet away up until midnight. After midnight, the noise limit drops to 100 feet from residents.
I live 3,000 feet away, and I can hear the noise as if it was right outside my door. And so can my neighbors.
Atlanta City Council member Amir Faroki just passed new city legislation to begin shutting down clubs who were fostering violent crime.
One thing we notice is a good bit of a violent crime we're seeing in the city, particularly gunfire, is happening outside of problematic nightclubs.
His ordinance will allow Atlanta police to cite clubs that have repeated violent incidents and ultimately have their liquor licenses taken.
So they can say, look, over the last 6 months, we've had 3 violent incidences either in the club or right outside the club. We're going to trigger this legislation to revoke the license.
He says one problem in the city is ramping up enforcement of current laws, especially surrounding nightlife.
I think one thing we're seeing is a lot of the violent crime in the city is happening late at night outside of nightclubs. And it's not every nightclub. I think the city should, and every great city does, have a vibrant nightlife. But you have a responsibility as a nightclub operator in the city to provide a safe environment for your patrons and for the neighbors.
This is a residential neighborhood. Vine City is an historic African-American community. And we don't want folks coming into our community disrespecting the neighbors, not working with our leadership by putting up a nightclub and blasting music to 5 a.m. in the morning.
Now, this new law is set to be signed by the mayor in the next 10 days, Councilman Faroki tells us, and then Atlanta police can begin enforcing it. There will still be due process for these clubs found in violation if they're facing their license revocation. We did reach out to the Dome in the City team. So far, they have not responded to our request for comment. Reporting live in Atlanta, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Haley, thank you.